When it comes to adoption, the movies often don't showcase what happens in real life. And that's where the Loving Hearts Adoption Services steps in to provide some education to everyone in the adoption triad. We're going to explain what that is next. But November, which is really important, also marks National Adoption Awareness Month. So it's a good thing we're doing it right now. Joining me with more, Director of Adoption Services, we have Alex Hoops. And Alex, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's talk about the education process and why that's so important when it comes to adoption.
Yeah, so education is important for everyone involved in the adoption triad, what we call it. So the birth parents, the adoptive parents, and the adoptees. The education is going to look a little bit different dependent upon who you're working with. But in order to have a successful, healthy adoption journey, education is extremely important, and this is a great opportunity to spread that awareness and that importance.
And you all offer classes that's part of the whole process to kind of get people in the know of what they need to know ahead of time. Let's talk about those classes and what people can learn.
Absolutely. So we actually require adoption education in order for people to become approved in order to adopt. So it's not necessarily how to parent or change a diaper or things of that nature. It's more adoption related. So transracial adoption issues, things like that. If you already have children in your home who may be biological children, what is that transition going to look like when you bring another child into your home who's adopted, and what is that bonding going to look like, and that attachment process going to look like, and how might raising a child who's adopted and not biologically your child differ from raising a biological child. So we kind of talk about a lot of topics. It's a very long, extensive course, but it's very important, again, to have a successful adoption experience.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of people, when they come through the door, they don't, you don't know what you don't know. So I'm sure a lot of that probably surprises them. What are some of the misconceptions surrounding adoption?
Yeah, I'd say there's a few that come to the top of my mind. One of them, I actually get asked often, do birth mothers love their child? And it's an interesting question because I believe that they're making an adoption plan for their child because they love their child so much. And to be able to come to terms with that decision and know that placing your child with a different family is the best interest, I don't think that can come from a place other than love. And then secondly, I would say a huge misconception is that a birth parent is going to come and try to steal their child and take their child back years down the line, and that's not really reality.
Okay, so I'm sure that's very comforting when people hear that, okay, I was wrong about that. Let's also talk about what the public can do, because we talked about the people who are directly involved in the adoption, but there's also a part that the rest of us can play in this as well.
For sure. So adoption affects so many people, friends, family, coworkers. You might not even know if someone you know is has adoption close to them. So just using positive adoption terminology, respectful terminology, being aware that, if you know someone whose child is adopted, kind of just having that awareness that maybe their parenting experience might be a little bit different than yours. And just, I would say the most important part is using very positive adoption terminology that may not insult or affect someone negatively if you're speaking with them.
What's an example of positive language?
Yeah, great question. The top one that comes to mind is, you hear this often, is giving up your baby or giving your baby up. We like to say placing your child for adoption or creating a plan for that child, things like that, because, we don't want to say that she's giving up her baby or doesn't care about her baby, but she's making a plan for her baby.
Okay. All right. I love the fact that you are arming all of us with the tools, because we can all play a positive part in this. And like you said, it really is all about the child and what's best for the child. So if you would like to learn more, you can visit lovingheartsadoption.org. Again, that's lovingheartsadoption.org. And again, thank you so much for joining us, Alex.
Thanks, Latoya. I appreciate it.